And like I said, I think what makes the best sense is we just get a cheap Chromebook, whether it's here, whether it's when we move over, that can be connected to this thing, and we just turn it on and go. Because that's really all we need is something that's connected to
The internet.
Google and YouTube.
We'll do it.
Yep.
You're already there, boss.
All with it.
Good. It is now 6 o'clock. I'll call the meeting to order. Roll call, Kyle Campbell,
Present.
Kurt Hadley,
Here.
and Andrew Lorenz. First thing on tonight's agenda is we're going to do the approval of a consent agenda, which means we will cover the minutes of the September 15th meeting, financial reports, the September fund report, appropriation report, revenue report, September bank statements and bank reconciliation, accounts payable docket dated October 14th, and utility adjustments. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
I
So wait, who made the first motion?
did.
Who made the second? Kyle. Got it.
Got it? Okay. So the consent agenda is done. Want to bounce around. We'll start public comments tonight for anything that's not on the agenda.
I just like to ask the county board to try to do something about the problem that happened Saturday night.
About-
With noise.
What, can you give some more details, Dave?
Well, that door's wide open. Sounded like an outdoor concert. And they had a guy out in the street blowing flames out with a torch. Cops was called twice, never did respond.
Who called the cops?
I did.
Oh, because you were sitting with your garage door open so you could hear everything? Sitting with your lawn chair and.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want, but I don't like to listen to your
So can
music.
I.
I don't like to listen to your music.
Well, we weren't above any decibel
Oh,
level.
yeah, he was, 120 in my,
120.
in my garage.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I did.
Okay.
I got a decimal meter.
Do you have any comments?
Yep.
Okay.
Comments here.
All right. So we're going to move down to old business tonight. First item of old business is the adoption of the 2026 town budget.
The budget ordinance is presented for signatures. It can only be voted on, so do we have a motion and a second to adopt the, it is exactly the budget that was presented at the public hearing at your last meeting. We have two eligible voters, Andrew Lorenz and Kurt Hadley. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
I
Aye.
Okay. The additional appropriation ordinance as presented. We talked about this earlier. Now, most of this is to cover the expenses related to the two biggest things that have happened this year. One was the cleanup at Courting Hall. So we are, if you looked at the appropriation report, we are exceedingly short in professional services, and then also work at the park. So additional work also paid, for park. So the additional appropriation, I need you to sign here. And then I need them to sign and mark their votes on the ordinance. So a motion, so the general fund additional appropriation, 28,000. Motor vehicle highway, 8,000. Sanitation, 5,000. Riverboat fund, $2,309. I don't know why I was so specific. Public safety lit, 16,000, and that pays for the signage and Cume capital improvement. We're good. Cume capital improvement fund, 5,000, and that Cume cap is the one that I think our signage project that we might pay for that out of there. This is one where, because it's also a budget in an extent, the volunteer firefighter cannot sign it, but you do sign as the clerk. So do we have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Motion carried.
The last business under old business is the approval of the renewal of our insurance policy. I want to thank Kyle and Jay having gone through that for me. It is, other than some edits, will reach out to Melody, not Miranda. Miranda, of course, always takes vacation on our renewal, to talk to them about the edits. The renewal, so last year our policies were 16,349. It's gone up to 16,900 with the same coverage, ins and outs, removals, etc. So it's a really very insignificant increase overall. However, it is not guaranteed. We will reach out to them and talk to them about binding and give them all of the updates, but they could choose not to bind coverage. So just be advised that I've had a couple of units where their coverage was denied.
Okay.
And I don't know what's going on. There have been periods of time through the last 20 years where insurance carriers would go through a phase where they weren't carrying or insuring small towns. So we'll see what happens. We have had good experience with them. We've not been a problem for them. So I expect that they will approve it. So that's where we stand on that. So do I have a motion to?
Motion.
Okay. Andrew?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Proceed. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
That conducts the old business portion of the meeting. We will move on to new business. Budget reduction resolution, MVH 2203.
Now, this was the appropriation in the budget in case we did a community crossing grant this year. We are not going to do that. Options are closed. So we budgeted $25,000 for this calendar year. We need to do this reduction so that I can include it in next year's budget. It's already in there, but they won't fund it unless we do a reduction.
Okay.
So I need a
Motion.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
All right, I'm gonna send that one around.
On the same thing down the bottom.
Yeah,
Next item in new business, while we're taking care of the paperwork, is hydrant flushing, October 29th.
yes. This was a notation from Troy. And since we will not have a bill out in time, I told him that we would just put it on the website.
I was just getting ready to
Okay.
ask if we could put that on there. to
Yes.
Let them know.
Yes.
All right,
So,
that'll go on the website. All right,
Do we have an idea of what time of day? Because that might be important to get that
they almost
posted.
always do it in the morning, but I will confirm that before I post it.
You can post it, right?
Yes. Oh,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Actually, I checked with Michael. You still have admin rights.
Oh, I know I do.
So I do, you do, and eventually Cheyenne will. He's going to reach out to her probably tomorrow.
And that's my thinking, right? I mean, I don't see any reason why we can't have multiple
I don't
admins.
either.
I think that makes perfect sense. And then at some point, like you said, we get that ADA training done so we know.
Well, and honestly, it's they don't provide it, although they did
Right.
tell me that they are working. So Municipal Impact is working on finding a way to scan the website to see if there are elements that are not ADA. So right now it's kind of a free-for-all on us.
okay. Moving on to department reports. Park Advisory Board report, Pavilion Project. Do you have any updates?
So I'll just give a very, very brief update. So as of yesterday, the Ready Grant folks owe us $11,682 and change. that will satisfy all of the invoices that came from Biddle. Now, what that doesn't include are things that went directly to the Montgomery County Community Foundation. I've got those buckets separate. So I've got what Susie had in her funds. I'm going to break that out so we know what is what. I spoke with Jim yesterday, and he understood where we were at, because one of the things that I explained to him was I had failed to capture the dollars that we were given out of that original deposit because of the change order, which is 21,874. So we're sitting on that. So once we get that 11,682 and change, we will then owe him a 566.21, and that will make him whole from what he submitted to us. Now, I was hoping Phil would be here tonight because I know he's back in town, but I may just need to sit down with Phil and go through everything that he's got, because I know there were some invoices that he received directly from Jim that
he paid.
that were paid out of the Montgomery County Community Foundation. So we just need to get all of that collated so we can have the entire project, down to the red cent.
Okay.
And as of right now, I don't think we're close, but not really. And then the other thing I guess we've got to figure out with Jay and everybody else is what remaining work needs to be done
There's a lot.
specifically before winter.
Winterize it.
I think there were a few things that we might have maybe had some communication errors on. I didn't think we were going to have Biddle or his contractors do any floor painting. When I saw floor painting done, I went, whoa, wait a minute, that's an expense that I didn't think we were going to incur. We had also had some conversations about leaving the concession stand. All of a sudden it's gone. So, those are things that you can't back up and undo. So, we're going to have to deal with those.
Okay.
But, in a nutshell, I think, between us and Jay, we probably need to come up with that punch list of the things that we know still are outstanding, so we can figure out where we go from here. Specifically, the grade, we've got to get something done there. And again, I saw that inspection from the county. It said we didn't receive occupancy, but there were no notes as to why. So that,
And there's still a lot of work inside that needs to be finished that they have passed.
and again, I'm not sure where all
I
that.
sent it all to Fruits, and he's supposed to pass it along to Phil, and
I heard from Jim yesterday about some of that. So,
yeah.
but
All right. Do we have a report from
Jay,
Jay?
Okay, so while we're on the whole park thing, well, obviously we have to know this number for the new insurance. We need to know what that building has cost us, or what we have in that building, or what our projected total, so we can get it put on the insurance, because once he turns it over to us, we're responsible. Right now he's carrying the insurance at that, but we need to get it put on our insurance also.
right.
And I marked talking about the insurance, I marked several things for Janet, so when she calls, but I don't know what the total number has been that was charged us, or charged between what the town paid, Ready Grant and the Community Foundation. Do you have that? I don't know if you have that number or not altogether.
I'll be honest, until I pull out what Susie had all compiled together,
Okay.
I can't
Can you
even,
get that like maybe tomorrow or the next day?
no later than Thursday, I can have that all put together.
Can you
Because
get that to me?
yeah,
So I can get with Janet?
and I'll talk
Well-
to Phil too, because I think closing the loop with him is important to know. He was going to get a report from the Community Foundation to know exactly what they have paid out. I think we know that, but I still want that from them. And then I want whatever invoices Phil was given that we may not have seen.
So I would do.
So make sure that I get looped in. So I will be talking. So the 16th is the drop dead date for submission of our insurance,
Thursday.
Thursday. But I plan on working with her tomorrow, and get as much done tomorrow as
That's
possible.
for everything on there, yeah, correct.
Yes.
Did you add on there what I told you to add for the park? For bounce houses and stuff like that?
No,
Miranda
no.
knew about it,
Oh, I will
Yeah.
ask her. So,
yeah,
I will.
because I know Darren's gonna do it too, for when they do it, but if we wanna do something, we'll have it.
But when I went through that, I added the tornado siren. There's not enough money to
Yeah.
replace it if it gets struck by lightning.
Right.
It's about half, so
How much did New Richmond have to pay?
I will get that number for you by tomorrow, Janet.
Okay, thank you.
So I'll finish that up. Dumpster day, we had dumpster day a week ago, we did a half day, whatever. It was a flop.
Really?
Yeah. We had like 4 people.
I wasn't there. Bus Amanda this time.
That's probably why
Felt bad.
nobody showed up now. 'Cause you wasn't
Out there posing.
No kidding.
there. Yeah.
You guys have always had really good success with those.
Well, everybody's cleaned up.
I was just gonna say, we cleaned up the town.
Speed signs, so our
I mean,
speed signs on the north and the south end of town or wherever you're gonna put them. If you're gonna put them on the state highway, the permit department at NDOT does not do that anymore. I'm waiting on Jim Peck to get back with me to give me the information we need.
did you get the information I sent you from Charlene?
Yes,
Okay.
but Jim Peck is now in charge of them at the state highway, so.
So that,
We need to hold off on that anyways, because not only do we need the permits, but also Phil brought up at the last meeting about possible annexation.
so I've looked at the map.
Yeah,
Bill's property is between 3 other properties.
okay,
They would all have to pursue voluntary annexation.
So you got Bain,
Really awesome.
Lawson, and then that brick house.
And they would all have to pursue voluntary annexation. So they would have to approach us, of course, back and forth. But they would have to voluntarily request.
Are they
That.
also on utilities?
Well, Dale Jones is actually out there. He's not a town.
And I don't believe my mother-in-law is either, right?
I think she might be. I don't know. It's kind of funny around that cemetery.
But
So
our-
it sounds like at an upcoming meeting, we need to have that map and review it in detail.
the thing is that nothing in the law allows you to force them to be annexed in due to delivery of services.
Oh, I understand that,
Okay.
but one of the things that we talked about is we are fully within our rights to say that you are receiving town utilities and you're not within town proper,
Mhm.
so we can have different rates. We can encourage.
Okay. Gotcha. So
Encourage.
the permit process at NDOT is now in, who is Jim Peck?
He works in the traffic department.
Okay. So Sheridan said, was it she and Sheridan
Yeah, 18 months is what she said. Long story short, 18 months.
to get the permits to put those,
Wow.
so just don't get your hopes up. Okay.
okay. Do you have anything else, Jay?
205 South Main Cross. Last Wednesday, he called, he had a water leak, said he couldn't get his water shut off. I said, is in your valve in the house? He said, no, I'm outside in the meter pit. I said, you can't be in the meter pit. I said, no. Well, he didn't like that idea. He says it's his meter pit. But anyway, long story short, on Thursday, we had to go replace the valve and put a new meter pit in because he said he couldn't get it to turn. It had been turned backward past the keeper, so
So will you give me a bill to send this guy?
we can get you one.
So you'll draft it just like the last one?
Right. Yes, we can do that. So anyway, he used 6,200 gallon. He's usually around the 2,500 gallon mark. So he'll be coming here. So
Anything else? All right.
Can I say something? I talked to Raymond said he vaguely remembered that. He said he couldn't remember if it was an ordinance or if it was just a notification about being a $500 fine if you touch the mirrors.
There is something in there, and
There's an
I.
ordinance.
We've got something about
We've got an ordinance in
damage,
there.
but one of the things I don't think we have is
We're,
tampering,
with
right?
our new codification, we're including an ordinance for tampering. So that will allow us to pursue them for tampering.
Right.
So that is new.
Okay. Next up is the water and sewer operations report. Troy is not here.
All he had anyways was the flushing for whatever day that was.
The
29th,
29th.
yeah.
And then,
I'm sorry, talking about that, one other thing, I didn't turn over my paper to look. Got a phone call today from the Montgomery County Health Department. Had a resident call and said that his water was horrible, can't drink, can't take a shower, can't anything. He doesn't even own a place in town. So last Thursday, I believe, that was the day that the town sample was taken to the health department. I think that's what they told me, and it all passed, so just letting you know.
Right.
So this person doesn't even own a home there.
He does not own a home.
Does he
His
live in
parents
town?
do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never
His
mind.
parents do, but he
Gotcha.
does not.
Did they give any details of the report?
So he didn't even take a shower in it, so.
Was it too cold? I mean, was it too hot?
Dirty, he said.
Ah,
I don't know
gotcha.
about you guys, but the chlorine smell has been terrible for about the last week. So I don't know, maybe it's stuck again, like it did that one time, but thing down at the well house.
Did you tell Troy?
Did I tell Troy?
Yeah. You got him on speed dial, don't you?
Oh, that's Busty's job, call him.
All right, I'll call him tonight and say something to him, but I did notify Troy today about that complaint. But no complaint, nobody's called me, nobody's called him, no one else called the health department. Nobody's flagged me down in town, so.
I mean, other than the one comment that I had with you that I've seen some rust a couple of times. Other than that, I mean, that's all I've seen. And
I think you're gonna get that in summer.
based on my proximity to the well house, I typically get the chlorine hit probably as soon, if not quicker than anybody. I haven't noticed it lately,
I have it.
but that's just me. Maybe I'm used to it too.
You live really close to the.
You live close to the tower.
That's
Yeah.
all I have.
All right, thanks, Jay.
Let's see, Town Marshal, Jared submitted his report. He's not here this evening.
Imagine that it's all warnings, no citations.
I don't know.
That's what it is.
Okay. And then the last reporting is Coal Creek Fire and Rescue by Darren Foreman, and Darren's not present tonight either.
That is weird.
Do you
I
have,
Darren's report.
do you have anything, Kyle?
Do you have
from
Darren's
Darren?
report?
Yeah, I have Darren's report,
All right, go for it.
and then I'll get to it. 16 runs in September, 6 fire, 10 EMS, 10 in Wingate, 5 New Richmond. 1 was to assist Fountain County. So far, 144 runs for 2025. Also this month, the month of October, as of today, I think we've had 13 runs this month.
Can you copy that? Oh, can you text that to me?
Sure, I will.
Thank you, that helps.
Okay. Okay, moving on to other business, American Legal Codification.
So, in the midst of my budget, I missed an email. They had set a deadline. When I found the email, she gave me a reprieve from October 1st to October 6th. I talked to Kyle. I have submitted everything to American Legal, and we'll have a draft here in about a month.
Right.
Actually, not a draft. We'll have a new ordinance book with a requirement that we adopt a recodification ordinance adopting this body of work as our body of ordinances. And then any amendments can be made each year.
you said book. Are they going to give us electronic documents? I hope.
Yes, we'll have both.
Okay, so the other question is, with that whole ream of documents, is that something that we are going to have to pass through ADA on our own?
No,
Will they do that?
it actually is, it's actually hosted on their library site. And we have a link.
We'll
on
have a
our-
link.
We'll have a link on our website that goes directly to American Legal. So if you look at like Trafalgar's town website or Princess Lakes, they link directly to American Legal, who is the host.
Okay, that's better. So we're
No.
not hosting any of it,
Nope,
Nope, we're linking.
makes it
and
good.
any updates go to them. Perfect.
Now,
Okay.
the once a year updates that we have to do, is that whenever we pick, or is that like?
Whenever we pick. So what I did is I would gather up collections of ordinances and then I would drop them at one time. Now, granted, for you guys, it'd probably be 1 or 2 a year. For me, it was like 25 to 30.
Okay.
But the updates are pretty minimal. But anything that we find that we don't love and we want to fix, that's how you do it.
All right.
Sounds simple once we get it all
Yeah.
done.
It does, doesn't it?
That'll be nice. So what's the date on having that?
I don't know. I
Okay.
meant to call her today, but they're pretty fast. So I'll have an update at your next meeting. So we'll
Okay.
just leave that
Okay.
on the agenda.
Next item of other business, Courting Hall, Old Bank Building.
We'll be filing a lien for the cleanup work for
Okay.
everything that the town paid for. I talked to Stu today.
Okay.
Do we have any updates on the sale? Because that sale was supposed to have been on the 9th.
What sale?
That's why I was asking Stu for a lien, because, and I shared this information with Stu, that there was a tax sale scheduled for the 9th. So if he hasn't filed a lien, we're screwed.
Well, it was already owned by,
It was up for tax sale.
again?
Because it wasn't playing the last time.
And I'll be honest, and I'm putting this on record, when I sent that to Stu, I got blown off.
Well, Kyle asked me for a list of attorneys, and I got a list of attorneys from AIM for attorneys working in Boone, Montgomery, and Tippecanoe.
And
So,
then Bussy has one too to give us.
okay.
Yeah.
So,
Where was he out of?
He's got a Fenton County,
oh, I did not ask for Fountain. I'll ask them to give me. a
So again,
Fountain
Janet,
County.
that's something you might want to check on with the courthouse, because if the tax sale's already been made, the lien is a moot point.
Okay, great.
And I know I'm sure I included you on that email to
probably
Stu.
did.
Yeah. And again, that's the terrible thing about email. I hate email, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I get 40 a day. I'm constantly just
I get it.
sweeping.
And you've got a lot of buckets of emails too. So
I have so many
geez.
dockets. Sorry.
Master Planning Grant.
I put in a note in your file, just to kind of keep you, so come December, we probably need to start making some plans. I will tell you that HWC reached out to me 2 weeks ago and requested additional information. Okra did not accept the initial draft of the plan. They wanted to have more evidence that there was public input. So I sent them copies of the meeting minutes where we took information from HWC, and we also provided them this sign-in sheet, which is why that sign-up is so important, showing that there were lots of people present during those meetings.
Didn't we also do the mailer and
That's what we use to obtain the grant itself. This is to accept the plan prepared by HWC. So, of course, it's bureaucracy. So,
I don't know, that's,
but so I have not heard back from Eric on the results of that, but I would think that what we provided should suffice. Who knows? Okay. So there is information in your packet just from about Okra and some information that Klein Peter provided to me, and he copied HWC. HWC sent a response, and I've given me that.
Let's see, fund for replacing street signage.
I think you should use CCI revenue if you choose to do it.
Okay.
We need to do it for sure.
So
Yes, we do.
you just did the additional appropriation. So
Yeah.
I think Jay has that, and he's not paying attention.
Okay.
Tell Jay to do it.
Go ahead and do it. It's
Yeah.
fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Buzzy,
Bussy,
you hear that?
No, I'm sorry.
they want to do the
Street
street
signs are a
signs.
go.
Okay, just replacing what's missing or all the new ones or?
What's your name?
I thought we were doing the blue.
We can, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm asking, what I
That's
was.
what we agreed
I
on,
was
right?
trying
That's what we
to-
talked about, yeah.
$5,000.
It was something rough like that.
I mean, I haven't.
We'll just look into it and let us know.
All right.
Yeah.
Remind me, it's CCI funding is what I've, between CCI and rainy day, we have the money.
All right.
Okay,
State permitting process for speed signage.
already talked about it.
Yep, and then pavilion fund.
And I just want you to know that the pavilion fund was created. And that's it.
Okay.
You've just blown through your agenda.
Good. Any other comments?
None? Dave, you good?
All right, with no other comments and everything covered, I motion we close the meeting.
Second.
6:31. I do need a couple more signatures. Don't run out the door.
I will end
so
our
I just
live
want you to
stream.
know that
Have a good night.
You too, Bob.
Do the
Hey,
same.
thanks, Wes. See
Have a good
you.
one.
You too.
the only reason is